What do we do when the pain of the past is too much to bear? We rise above our story. Hello, I'm Chester Elton, and this is my dear friend and co-author, Adrian Gostick.
Well, thanks, Chess. Yeah, on this show, our guest is going to teach us how to let go of our past by embracing every beautiful, imperfect piece of ourself, no matter what our stories look like. As always, we hope the time you spend with us will help reduce the stigma of anxiety at work and in your personal life.
And with us is our new friend, Karina Kilcoyne, a former trial lawyer who specialized in criminal defense, including complex white-collar and criminal and civil litigation in federal and state courts. Karina now passionately shares her personal story of trauma and healing and is the author of the book, Rise Above the Story. Karina today teaches others how to rise above their own stories and find true peace and emotional freedom. Karina, we're delighted to have you on the podcast. Thanks for finding the time.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you both for having me.
Adrian, so interesting. Rise above the story, a personal journey, and yet a journey that she wants to share with people that helps them, tell a better story and get to a better place of self acceptance and happiness. I'm curious, what were your couple of big takeaways?
Well, so much we could take away from her personal story, but we all need to get to this point where we get away from our emotional brain and try more to get to our thinking brain, where we're able to process whatever trauma we've been through in life. And I think that's so important, where we're more reasonable. And I love this, more compassionate with ourselves.
Yeah, I loved her little ritual of hand on the heart and the stomach,
Yeah.
that I'll accept myself, better things are on the way. And that positive self talk was one of my big takeaways. Of course, you've known me forever. I love that she journals. I love that she would write in the journal and
Yeah.
and then go back and read her journals, which is a discipline I don't have. That she took a look and said, "Well, let me go back to my journals and how
Mm.
was I feeling and what did I write about and how have I changed?" Your own personal story is kind of interesting. I always joke with my kids that I've written, like 40 journals or something. Everybody wants to read Winston Churchill's journals, but nobody will read Chester Ellen's
Maybe
journals.
one day. Yeah. I think it's important too. She's saying, look, there's a process here. Acknowledge your story, release the story, and you may have to do some work there. Go to your inner child and forgive yourself, forgive others, and then rise above it. And as you go through that, you're going to challenge some of these beliefs and values that you're holding on to that may not be helpful to you.
Yeah. My last takeaway is that you're not alone. That's 70%. And it was
Yeah.
interesting that I thought it was high and you both thought it was low. But this idea, I do think that's important. We talk about that all the time. If you're
Yeah.
suffering anxiety, is realize that everybody, almost everybody has gone through it and you're not
Yeah.
alone. And that
Yeah.
while you are accepting and forgiving of others, you're less likely to forgive yourself. That was a really a
Exactly.
good takeaway. You're not alone. Hey, don't be afraid to ask for help.
And yeah, I love myself. I accept myself. What a great comment, a great way to end. And by the way, who we love and accept is our producer, Brent Klein, our great booker, Christy Lawrence, and all of you who listen in. We want to thank you for especially if you download the podcast that helps build this network. We'd also love you to visit thecultureworks.com for some free resources to help you and your team culture thrive, including getting a sneak peek at our new journal coming out in March, right, Chess? The Gratitude Habit.
The Gratitude Habit, 90 Days to a More Grateful Life. And we do love speaking to audiences around the world, virtually or in person. We've presented in 45 different countries. I find that fascinating. And we talk about culture, we talk about teamwork, we talk about resilience. Give us a call. We'd like to talk to you about your next upcoming event. And as always, Adrian, I will give you the last word.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Until next time, we wish you the best of mental health.